You smack the orc in the McNuggets. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're kind of there. It's a yeah. A barbarian punching bag is not the thing that you want to be or to have to be intimately connected to. All right, we have character number 2 to generate now. And I mean, continue to play games, ask questions, chat, share art and stories and all this. In fact, actually, speaking of which, dun, 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 let me bring this over real quick. We have some character art that Dark Wolf made for a story she's writing. Let's bring it over here. It is a knight riding a bear. And she can fill you in about the story or generally where it's going. But she took a picture of this artwork, and um, isn't that something? Talk about a mount, right? What is your idea, Jam Jam? I am open for it. Go to background, and we got to bring this back up. Bink. Pardon me. I think I still have a little bit of a drop of tea in my mustache here. There we go. All right. Oh, Jim says, call on someone from the chat to do a res please for fun. Whatever it says, you make the character. Um, Character creation takes an hour to an hour and a half, at least with the method that we're doing now. There's probably something I could do to help quicken or facilitate that. I don't mind that idea necessarily, Jam, but what I'm going to end up doing is the stream elements bot that is managing the experience points you have on that you hang on to allows for me to open up a quote unquote shop. And what this shop can do, for instance, there's one item in it right now where if you spend, I think it's 440 experience points, I will write for you a haiku based on some theme that you want. And I did that to help learn stream elements and to get something involved. Plus, it was something rather quick that I think could be fun and I could get into it. I was thinking something along those lines where for X amount of experience points that you were willing to cash into the shop, you could request a certain character to be made. So, for instance, I don't know, let's say 1,000 experience points, and I will make you, for every 1,000 you cash in, I will make you a up to of 4 levels of something. So if you cash in 1,000, I'll make you a level 4 whatever you want. 2,000 is a level 8. 3,000 is a level 12, and you get the idea. You could probably just roll 50 dice and copy and paste a character together in 10 minutes, but it's not as fun as poking and thinking out everything. I agree, King, and so that's why I'd want to make sure it's still kind of fun and interactive in that way. Because yeah, I could just pound out characters, left and right, but that's not as it's not as engaging. However, look forward to that stuff showing up in the store. And you could request like a multi-class character or whatever in there too. Okay, let's get into it. Speaking of rolling 50 dice, right? Ritual spells. There we go. And some of the other tabs. If you guys don't read your local news, by the way, because that's what's open in one of my other tabs down here, I would suggest doing so because it's a good way to know what's going on locally in your community, though it's also going to give you experience in what happens in a world. If you want to be a storyteller, an author, if you want to be a DM, which is what I hope you all want to step up and do someday, see what's out there. In fact, there's a very good quote by Mark Twain that goes, it's something along the lines of, truth is stranger than fiction because fiction is obliged to stick to what could be. But you end up learning some very interesting things. And yeah, just plus you can have a little bit of fun in the comment section. As long as you're tactful. Trident would be fun for the martial weapon. Hi, little space boy. Welcome. Hop in the conversation however you'd like. You can ask questions of in general about role-playing, about DMing, being a PC. As I build this next random character, you can ask about the process. Is there a word or something you want me to explain? Engage with this however much that you want. I'm really reining it in here and trying not to make this chat NC-17. I appreciate your personal limitations and capacitors, King. It's not that I'm easily offended, but I want to make sure that we're keeping this open for more interests and more thoughts than... Because sometimes opening them up too much can reduce others, if you understand what I'm getting at. Jam grinding up some experience points by winning 100 in a random battle. Congrats. Let's roll our D100 to determine the gender and if the character is multiclassed. It is going to be a multiclassed. It is. This is very interesting. Now we're going to re-roll again and determine the character's gender. 78, male. Oh, that's supposed to be a G. Well, all right, so I already have an M there. So this is a male. We're randomly generating a multi-class character. Hey, Jam, there you go. Nice. Dun, dun, dun. Grim goes into the plains. You have advantage with a +1. Nice. Now, we're going to determine the race with a D10 roll. Reroll a 10. 7. And of that 7, is it going to be subrace 1 or 2? Let's re-roll this. Odds or evens? Evens. There we go. Alignment is going to be 2 percentiles for each of the axes of alignment. 90... Oh, we have an evil character. 98-33. There we go. Next up is going to be the level of the character, which is 1D100. 2. Okay. Two is a level 1 character. All right. We have a multi-class character, so in this case, I'm going to re-roll so we can at least get a little bit into multi-classing. That's how it goes, right? That's all right. We're making an executive decision here. Let's re-roll our percentile. 21. Here we go. All right. So this is going to be a level 6 character. Now, are we going to take a feat? Let's find out with a percentile roll. 49. Nope. No feat there. Let's see. Okay, so we have some battles going on. Nice, Mr. Grimm. You went all in and scored that critical. Moon gives you 3 wishes, Jam. Though there's not necessarily an award. That's kind of a role-playing prompt. Peru goes in for a duel. He struck a blow to his ego. You're generating them at different levels. I don't know. We'll find a fun split opportunity somewhere. Not at the classes just yet, Bob, because we're getting there. We're getting there real soon. In fact, that's the next thing. We already said that there's no feats, so let's go over to the class. 1d12, then again if multi-classed. So we're going to have a 2 and a 4. We're going to have a Bard Druid. This will be interesting. Jam wishes for better clothes, a kanabo, and a nice husband. Aww. A kanabo appears wearing a nice suit and holding an engagement ring. Nice one, Shadzar. Oh, it's like all your name days come at once. Okay. What is this character's background? Let's find out on a D13. 13, this is going to be Urchin. Urchins don't really have an origin. They are what they are, which means we're going to get 2d8 for personality traits, 1 and a 5, and then 3d6 for the other traits here. 3, 6, and 1. Jim has no need for the suit, needs a dress, damn it. All right. Now let's fill in what we have here. We have a male 7, which is a half-elf. And we went with subrace 2. That means for the half-elf, this half-elf is favoring his human heritage more than his elven. And that's kind of, I don't know, a tiebreaker for role-playing reasons, backstory stuff, appearances, demeanors. It's not really a sub-race, truly. Enjoy your new... Yeah, things do go wrong if you use wish spells in D&D. That's true. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. I gotta have like a guitar to spin on my chest. Or elf, or dwarf. Druid and Bard is a difficult class from an optimization perspective, so our focus should probably be flavor. No, I agree. I think this is going to be a flavorful character. In fact, what will be interesting is if let's say we split it 3 and 3, that will give each an archetype, but we don't have any stat bumps yet because we haven't reached 4th level in either one. Yeah, Jam did clearly wish for a husbando. Yeah, maybe like a speaker for the forest. Though what will be interesting is our alignment is lawful evil. A lawful evil urchin who is a bard druid. And then we'll get to pick our archetypes even for each of these. Take that up with Shed. You know, King Shadzar does kind of sound like a genie name, doesn't it? I am Shadzar. Tell me your wishes. No, I'm a mimic slash vampire were-rat. That's true. The lore around Shadzar is only increasing. We could do Bard 4 Druid too. That would give us 1 stat bump. I don't know. I'm open. Do we want to go 3 and 3? Do we want to do a Bard 4 Druid too? Either is fine, honestly. It looks like It's Clark backs up Bobicus's recommendation. Jam. Oh. Jam, cray. Alright, we don't need this anymore. Come down here. Scrolling all the way down for Urchin because that is the last letter of the PHB backgrounds. You know, we haven't made a sailor yet. One day we will. And he or she will be quite special. None of it is vampire aware or anything. Bard fits, you believe? Well, and Bard was the first one rolled up. Yeah, we could do a 4-2. Oh, druids might get their circlet too. That's a good point, Clark. Jam goes into the dungeon, needs a 12. You know what? Wow, we've been getting a lot of same numbers on these rolls lately. But anyway, either case, you have advantage. 9 plus 2 is 11. Falls short, and Jam falls into a pit. Womp womp womp. Can anyone save Jam? Hello? sleight of hand and stealth. We get a These Guys kit and Thieves' Tools as proficiencies. Equipment, we get a small kniff. Not a dagger statistically, but whatever. A pet something. We'll think of something appropriate. What else? A token to remember your parents by, so we'll put in a token of something. All this will come about as we make a story. Common clothes. And a belt pouch with 10 gupas in it. City secrets. We can navigate around a city more easily. We're kind of like we're a quasi-urban ranger in that regard. Falls in the butt in the 5-foot pitfall. Ow, I'm okay. Lawful evil druid is just really hard to think of motivation-wise. Not necessarily. So Babacus, if we're defining evil as selfish, this druid, so maybe this person found a spring of water, magical or mundane, and becomes very selfish or covetous over it, wants to preserve it, is very obsessed to some degree of, smaller greatness with keeping something pristine or keeping something protected. Or let's say that as a druid, they breed a particular type of animal and they become very covetous over that animal. Something along those lines I could see as being a lawful evil druid. She lives in a gated community and nitpicks at how uniform your grass is mowed. King. That's right. The lawful evil druid is really the head of the housing association for the condominium area that you live in. Oh gosh, you all are wonderful. I love it. Right, and especially because she always knows how to get to your house from anywhere and measures your grass at night and tells you have one too many pink flamingo plastic statuettes in your flower garden. Uh-oh, Peru. Jam's calling you out, even though Jam's in a bit of a pit right now. Personality traits 1. I hide scraps of food and trinkets away in my pockets. And 5. I eat like a pig and have bad manners. Interesting mix. Getting a flavorful personality. Ideals 3. Change. The low are lifted up and the high and mighty are brought down. Change is the nature of things. Still easy to route through lawful evil alignment. And interestingly enough, this is kind of like this is sharing an ideal with our neutral like wild, a monk of the wilds kind of a thing. Oh, look at all these battles and duels going on. You just became Midget Goku. Bonds are 6. No one else should have to endure the hardships I've been through. Kind of have, like a bard druid like this. This is almost like a selfish Peter Pan. I don't know. Are you guys getting that vibe out there? Flaws 1. If I'm outnumbered, I will run away from a fight. Jam goes into the forest, 11 or greater. At disadvantage, oh, you fall short by 1, Jam. Oh, ripperonis. Interesting. You know, being a half elf, right? So we have the city. Maybe this explains like the bard side is the human half, especially if we're favoring the bard side. Druid could have been from his elven heritage. I can see this coming together. Yeah. Oh. Jam Jam comes back as a male mull fighter. Oh, get strong. Clark decides to go into the forest, needs a 10 or greater. You get a +2. You attack normally, bada boom. Clark clears out the forest of another ogre. Bobicus is suggesting this person wants to tear down the local nobility by any means necessary, but wants society to back his efforts. Okay, so this is through the bond and the ideal that that he wants to tear down that which is high, but bring up everyone or as many people as possible into this high place. That could very well be. And especially for the flaw, right? If I'm outnumbered, I will run away in a fight. So if this person, has all, you know, a crowd backing him, he'll be happy to lead them into combat. Okay, Bobicus, I think I see what you're saying here. Let's go up to races. Half elf. Herm. Let's see. Our charisma score increases by 1. I'm sorry, by 2. And one of our other ones increased by 1. If we're going druid, that should probably be wisdom. Jam, I gotta go, or at least get on my computer. If anyone needs me, I'll still be on Discord mobile. Hey, Jam, thank you for popping in and playing games and being a part of the conversation. I'm sure we'll talk later. They want to change and resent their former poverty and those who lived high and mighty while they suffered. Okay. This character wants to do the mech arena. And this character wants to be in the Soviet Union. Our speed is 30 feet. We do get dark vision 60 feet. We do have Fey ancestry. We gain proficiency in 2 skills of our choice. And we also get common, elven, and... Okay, so we're going to want to think of 2 other skills. Probably survival? They resent the feudal nature of wealth itself and want to destroy these surf-filled farms and replace them with wilderness. So then we should probably go with something like persuasion, right? If we want to try and build the crowd and work a crowd up. And let's see. Bard Druid. Survival and performance? Well, do you think performance or persuasion, Clark? Survival, I think I can get behind also. Or we have deception and performance? Okay, so I put down persuasion, but it seems like performance was suggested by 2 here. In that case, let's change persuasion over to performance. No problem in that. Because Bard is still going to give us some things too. So we're not like aching to fill a ton of gaps. Cool. All right. Now we need to build 4 levels of Bard, and then we'll switch over and make a multi-class character by tacking on 2 levels of Druid. Classes, Bard. Oh, we need to determine which Bard college, and that's just a D2. So this is going to be odds or evens here. It's odds, so that's going to be the first one. This is going to be a College of Lore. And for our Druid, let's see. We get our... Yep, we get our Druid Circle at 2nd level. And this means then this is also going to be an odds or evens thing. And this is also the first one. And the first one listed is Circle of the Land. Ha! College of Lore, COL. Circle of the Land, CO... Well, I guess that would be like COTL, but call. Interesting. Yeah, we got to stick to the PHB for what we're doing right now. I don't mind maybe 1 week featuring some splat material, just to mix it up. Though this week we'll still stick to basics. All right, let's scroll back up. Flashing, watch out. Our hit dice are going to be... Actually... Pardon. Let's go back down to Druid. Druids have D8s also? They do. Meaning that our hit die are going to be fine. We don't need to split them. Meaning we have 6 D8 hit die. Okay. No temps. That was easy. Armor. We get light armor. Weapons. We get simple hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords. Dexterity and charisma. And then we get to choose any 3 skills. Oh yeah, we'll have to get a yeah, we'll get to that, Bobicus, in just a second here. There's a lot more stuff to generate when we're doing a multi-class. We get 3 skills of our choice. So I guess then we can put in the persuasion. We can put in deception, because that was brought up also. And then we get 1 more. So we have deception, performance, survival, persuasion, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival. Ta-ta for now. I'm going to go and eat and watch some anime. Enjoy. Hey, which anime are you watching real quick, Mr. Grimm? And thanks for being a part of the conversation. I'll take a look at your backstory, and I'll see you Wednesday or Thursday for Curse of Strahd. And yeah, I did, now that I'm looking up too. I know that you did. I haven't read it yet because I've been doing the stream stuff. Bobicus is throwing in animal handling. Oh, Dell. Well, welcome back, Dell. You missed out on all kinds of funs and laughs. I handed out like 10,000 EXP to everyone, but, you know. Bobicus is offering animal handling as the last skill that we get from being a bard. I'm not opposed to that. Any other ideas, just in case? You have a long delay, Bobicus? I don't see that I've dropped any frames. Is everything seemingly going through okay? For instance, I'm going to type in 123, enter, and then, I don't know, let's see. 1, 2, 3, enter, and let me know when you guys see it. Okay, back to 10 seconds. Okay, cool. And Bubonic, don't worry, man. If you're feeling ill, just sit back. You don't even... you could watch if you want, but you can even just listen along, do some dishes, or just calm, meditate, or whatever you do. All right, Grim. I'll see you tomorrow at the store. Fate series. And, okay, cool. I've not personally watched those, but I have heard things about them, and that they are, I can say they aren't bad from what I've heard, but I don't have a personal take on it. So if you want to share with me at the store tomorrow, let me know. All right, let's throw that in animal handling. You had to take an 800 ibuprofen and 1,000 Tylenol to kill the... Oh, my goodness. Yeesh. We also get 3 musical instruments of our choice. All right, well... we can fill these in too. Rapier, longsword, or any simple weapon. Okay. A diplomat's pack or an entertainer's pack as some equipment. Doc won't give me anything stronger because my pain is minimal, or so they say. Oh yeah, you gotta like point to the which smiley face you are on the chart or whatnot. And Fate's cool if you're a history buff. That's interesting. I didn't know that Fate really touched on history. Well, I'm glad you asked, Elcorn, because even though there's a Kappa face, we can actually answer that question. If I can find it. Hmm. Here we go. A diplomat's pack includes a chest, 2 cases for map and scrolls, a set of fine clothes, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, a lamp, 2 flasks of oil, 5 sheets of paper, a vial of parfum, sealing wax, and soap, because you gotta stay clean. An entertainer's pack includes a backpack, a bedroll, 2 costumes, 5 candles, 5 days of rations, a water skin, and a disguise kit. Oh, okay. Good night, Mr. Grimm. See you later. Entertainers use more facts than politicians. That's true. I probably learned more about the state of things watching George Carlin, right? Probably a diplomat's pack in this case. A lute or any other musical instrument. So we'll need one instrument of some kind, although we can play 3. Leather armor. Und a dagger. Probably throw in a rapier. Longsword might not be bad if we do want to go strength. It'd be interesting, but I don't know. Rapier might be better to kind of... We're not cheesing decks, but I think we need to rely on decks a little bit more. Dell's offering for the piano again. Maybe one day we will have a mobile harpsichord or a pocket harpsichord. Oh, yeah. I know that quote. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's... So that is actually kind of a quote of George Carlin's, because as there's 7 of those are the 7 words that you can't say on TV. A squeeze box? Hey, yeah, that could be amusing too. Might as well go Dex if you're already splitting yourself between Wiz and Cha. I do agree, King. Spellcasting. We will get to you, spellcasting. So you just sit right there. Bardic Inspiration. Jack of all trades. Song of Rest. All right, we are going to get an expertise, meaning we get to choose 2 of our skill proficiencies, and we can double our proficiency for them. Yeah, he's a bard first and a druid second. I agree. That's how we rolled it, and I think that would work out well. So with that said, what are his 2 skills that we should submit to expertise? Yeah, Jack of all trades is a very powerful ability, Clark. And we will get 1 ability score improvement for reaching 4th level. Bobicus is suggesting performance and persuasion. Possibly stealth. Clark, you've been submitting some ideas. Shadzar. Anyone else want to throw in what he might be super specialized in doing? Clark says performance and persuasion. Even the PC version or PG version sounds vulgar. All right, so let's put. Oh, Peru's backing it up. Okay, so Pers. There we go. All right, we'll remember to add those in. We're gonna get 3 other skill proficiencies because we are in the College of Lore. If King Von Ale is chiming in, he's a pickup artist. Do we want to give him something like Intimidation also? Right? If he's evil, lawful evil, and he's willing to, maybe he's willing to bully. You know, even if you say no bully, please, he might be willing to bully people into listening if they are otherwise can't be charmed. Perception might not be a bad one either. Remember, he's going to be charisma and wisdom heavy. Yeah, please no bully, though. Insight could be another good one. What else? We are making him with a Dex tertiary. Maybe acrobatics. Yeah. But anyway, we get 3 skills. So what would you like to see him be? Remember, lawful evil, half elf, bard, druid, split. Intimidation, perception, and insight. That seems to back up what Bobicus is saying. Peru, do you have a carrot in on this too? Okay, and Peru throws in a carrot for the confirmation. Okay. uh, we also get some cutting words. Oh, that's oh yeah, that's a third level. Okay. So we do not get additional magical secrets for being 4 levels of that, and that's fine for now. Get a carrot emote. That's true, right? Because you can use a carrot to put on the end of a string to try and hook people or bait people, and a carrot just for, yeah, I agree with the above. Dark Wolf, proving that it must be done. See, I already have then I already have an emote. I don't need to fill that slot, right? Oh, great googly moogly. We're going to have some fun filling in. Well, let's take this one step at a time. Charisma. We're going primarily bard, so that's fine if that's heavy. Wisdom should be the 14. Dex should be the 13 to try and keep it as high as we can anyway. Or if we do the 13 here, we'll do the 14 in Dex. I think that might be better. If any of you disagree, please feel free to do so. Intelligence. He's probably smart. He's probably not strong. And he's probably has an average constitution. Yeah, hey, you know what? You find the character map and you can come up with all sorts of fun stuff. For instance, if you do... when you do initiative, that little symbol that looks like a die, I had to go into the character map and find something for that. That's going to bump Wisdom to a 14 and Charisma to a 17. Now remember, we're only building the Bard portion right now. Which does mean that we're going to get the 8 at first level. And then we're going to get 3 levels of... Oh, well, I mean, the hit dice are the same. I don't have to worry about splitting that up. Okay. Disregard me. That goes away, meaning we can start thinking about a name for the character, since a lot of this is filled in. Oh, and we are going to get... we're going to get 1 ability score increase because we hit level 4 with our Bard. Part of me wants to split it and bring up Charisma to 18 and prepare Wisdom by bumping that up to a 15. Or do you think that I should keep Charisma at a 17 and put Wisdom at a 16? What would you like to see? Should I go 2 points in Charisma, none in Wisdom, 1 in 1? Or should I go no Charisma, 2 Wisdom? V is too mainstream. You just see a box with funny numbers in that command. So silly people using those when not all computers or Windows or have a Windows language pack. Yeah, well, I can't accommodate everyone. Bob wants Charisma to 19. Clark says 1 in each. Dark is saying 2 in Charisma to go to a 19 Charisma. So something like that. Peru. Peru with the non-committal carrot. Next ASI, he takes the actor feat. That could help out a lot. And then plus it'll give that bump to Charisma, if I recall correctly. hibbity jibbity. We kind of have to fill this in here. So we have Bard for Druid 2. Spellcasting ability, Cha Wiz. Our spell save DC is going to be 11 plus 4 is going to be 15 slash 13. And our spell attack bonuses are going to be 3 plus 4 is 7 or 5. There we go. So as a bard, we're going to get Bard 1, Bard 2, Bard 3 for cantrips. We're going to get 7 spells known. And we have 4 and 3. Oh, but we're going to have to look at the multiclass, which is probably the same because druids and bards are both full spellcasters. Okay. We'll have to hang on to that. Delcorin, sometimes you have to conform to mainstream, though. It's just what is intuitive. Clark says, so I'm giving my DM a break this week and running a game for my group. The guy who normally DMs just asked me if he can play a Super Saiyan from the Homebrew Wiki. What is your reply, Clark? Shadstar says, like, for example, it's a violation for me to upload my videos to YouTube within 24 hours of streaming on Twitch because that's part of the affiliate contract. So he has to wait to do it whether he wants to or not. Ah. Bobicus says hard no. Yeah, we're going to have to check the multiclass. Gets flight at level 2. Yee. Fits in the do not use section of that wiki. Oh, you know, I don't have... There we go. Contracts, laws, and rules are different than a down arrow. We're going to have to go to customization here. We can take Druid because we have the high enough wisdom for it. Don't have to worry about hit points and hit dice. Do we get anything by going Druid? We get light armor, medium armor, shields. Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. Fair enough. In that case, if we can use medium armor, having a dex of 2 is fine, because that's the maximum we can get out of it anyway. Delcorin, it's nonconformity you speak of. Oh, geez, we have all sorts of carrots and an upside-down question mark. Anarchy will soon follow. Druid, yeah, Druid brings some good stuff here. All right, we get spellcasting. Our total spell slots, as we're a 6th level character, is going to be 4, 3, and 3, because both are full casters. There we go. And our spells known, then, are going to be 7. And for druids, we're going to know 3 from 1st level. We're also going to get 2 cantrips. There we go. Delcorin sips his double mocha latte. I feel like him would, being an urchin, he would know thieves' cant as a language. I do agree, Clark. I think we can work that in. Actually, I think he even has a, yeah. There we go. Good suggestion. Shadzar is writing that. Is that fine? I won't conform to. Looks like I have some room here as well. I know it's nitpicky. There we go. Pop back up to Bard. Bard 1. Bard 1. Bard 1. Bard 1. We get a 5th, which would also be Bard 2. At 3rd level, we'll get another one, and this could be Bard 3. And then Bard 4. There we go. Druids are a little different because they can just wake up and take whatever spells. Why is that geeking out? There we go. There we go. On at level, oh, that's for the sand. The level 3 you can turn to a giant ape. You really need BTTV so you can change the font size if it was that hard to read. I mean, you're using slobs. BTTV should be built into it. I think so. There might be something in there. Again, Shad, I haven't looked into it. Anyway, you're off looking forward to seeing how this character turns out later. I'll see you later, Clark. I appreciate your input, especially on taking that ritual caster for the monk that we just made. I think that was a cool accent that will really play into his personality. Have a good night. All right, I think we're about done. Oops. There are a couple other random things here. We did need a little bit of physical information. Nothing too big. We have a half-elf. Here we go. Let's roll 2d8. We're adding 3 inches, so this is a 5-foot tall person. We're going to take that same 3 and multiply it by 2d4 for 3. So that's going to be 119. Age range is a percentile, 43. Down here, that's going to be adult. And then, let's see, so adulthood, about 20 to 180. This is probably going to be probably about a 40-year spread. And we're going to add that into, so that'd probably be around 60, 100, 140, 180. Yeah, so that would work. So we're going to add 40 to 60. Whoops. Derp. Wrong button. 40-sided die. Roll it. All right, 49. An adult at 49 years old. King, do you have knowledge we don't? Goodbye forever, Clark? Nani? All right. Whew. There's a lot going on here. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I know nothing. So we're gonna have to pick out some spells, mostly in the level 1 category, but a couple cantrips and 2 level 2 bard spells, as well. If there are 3 instruments that come to mind that this bard would be proficient in playing, as well as some kind of a pet he keeps and a token of remembrance of some kind. And then we actually get to own one of the instruments in which we're proficient. Hit points we can do. First level is going to be 8 plus 0, so that's 8. And then we have 7 at half plus 1. So 5 times 5 is 25, plus 8 is... There we go. Bada boom. Delcorn is renamed Jon Snow. Yeah, we can say it. We did Dinotopia first here. We'll go back to the royal parlor. Oop, are you playing? There we go. Strength is -1. Dex is a 5. Charisma is a 7. Con is a 0. Int is a 1. Wisdom is a 2. Now, for the skills, it's going to be important to consider. Bards do things a little bit differently. We took expertise in performance and persuasion, which means we get double the proficiency bonus. So this is going to be 6 plus 4 is 10 for this, and 10 for this. What else do we have? Acrobatics is going to be 2. Well, okay. Whew. We have Jack of all trades, meaning we're going to add an extra 1 to the things in which we're not proficient because it's half rounded down. So instead, let's do the things we have some proficiency in. This It's not complicated. We just need to keep track of it. 2 plus 3 is 5. So that'll be 5, and that'll be 5. And our dex is also going to be 5 and 5. While acrobatics is going to be a 3. 2 plus the 1 from Jack of all trades. Deception is charisma, so that's 4 plus 3 is 7. 7. Insight was wisdom. That was a 5. Okay. Medicine is going to be 2 plus the 2 plus 1 is 3. And lastly should be strength is -1 plus proficiency, so we actually have a 0 for athletics. Now our intelligence is 1 plus half proficiency is 2. 2 arcana, 2 history, 2 investigation, 2 nature, and 2 religion. There we go. There's the skills. Bobicus is recommending Folas Ritesmith for the name of this person. I think the guy should have an elvish first name and a human last name. Okay. Now, do you want it to be right as in R-I-G-H-T as in rights or the direction right, or do you mean right with a W as in someone who makes something? Oh, Dark Wolf is even suggesting going for a Writesmith, as in a someone who writes, right? We have a bard. He's lawful evil, make the name sound a little evil. Oh, Folas Rottenberg instead of Folas Ritesmith. Boy, if only we knew that the character. That's true, right? If your parents name you Jeeves, you are predestined to be a butler. Because come on. Leather armor is 11, plus the dex is going to be 13. Whoop, not 31. Oh, that'd be cool though, right? Peru's saying it's true. I'm getting the carrot from Peru. The non-committal carrot of I agree. I like the idea of an elegant, deceptive villain with hatred smoldering in his heart. Druids, rites, rituals, so he's a Ritesmith in that regard? Ooh. Jeeves makes me think of Ask Jeeves, the search engine from yore. Yeah. There's that, and Metacrawler, and, oh, geez. Netscape. I think what you're looking for, Bobicus, is a wife. Oh, yeah, Lycos also. Oh, that had the dog, right? The black lab, that was the symbol. I need to check something real quick to see if we get Druidic by splashing in Druid. Yeah, Netscape, yeah. Okay, you do get its features for that level. A few features, however, have additional rules. Okay. So, in that case, we do get all the features with a couple of those exceptions. We kind of know 2 secret languages. And we have our Circle of the Land. And we're going to roll a d8 for this. 2, the coast. When you choose the circle at 2nd level, you learn 1 additional druid cantrip. Okay. And we're also going to get natural recovery. Starting at 2nd level, you can regain some of your magical energy by sitting in meditation and communing with nature. During a short rest, you choose expanded spell slots to recover, or expended. Spell slots can have a combined level as equal to or less than half your druid level rounded up, and none of the slots can be 6th level or higher. Okay. And we don't have any circle spells just yet. But when we get there, Mirror Image and Misty Step will be what we come to. Lycos and 2 Cows were the main search engines if Yahoo wasn't working for some reason. And Netscape was the browser I used in high school, and we used Eudora for our mail. I remember going to school early, and we played SimCity 2000 in the computer lab. In the computer lab before school started. But I was a big old nerd. Dark Wolf is saying that the name should be Folas Ritesmith. Shad, you might not have enough EXP if you can't get into Epic or Tomb. Judas Badwood, Anakin Child Kill, Hitler War Crime. If only the parents didn't name their child that, they wouldn't have ended up as a bad guy. Oops, that's for the dagger. Rapiers are a D8. There we go. Naming your kid Anakin had to be like stepping onto a landmine. Delcorn says, I played Angband in the computer lab. I haven't heard of that. I'm not sure what Angband is. But to be fair, there's a guy in the rebellion whose first name is Palpatine. Bobika says his first name is Sheev. Named by his mother, who is a fan of the new Emperor. I found a version that works on Windows 8, but I can't figure out how to get out of the main town. Name him Murphy. Murphy Law. All right. We have now a couple spells to get through, and then we'll have a pretty much done character. Sheev is the Emperor's first name. Some random guy in the rebellion was named after him. Or Murphy Brown, says Dell. Oh, did I spell like viscous mockery? That's a little bit different. 3 hours for one character? No, 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 no. This is our second character, Shad. Because he has a halfling fetish, so when he makes a little guy, he takes longer. Well, it's the dice. Well, they are the right height. There we go. Tentative spell list. If you all have other suggestions that you'd like to see, I filled in things that would really be playing up his charisma, his bardic part, the fact that he has these goals, these very selfish goals, right? He's lawful evil. How can you charm people? How can you even charm animals? How can you get more people on your side and influence them and be subtle and to work with his skills also? And, you know, you're not afraid to use Crown of Madness on people to just quasi-dominate them. Cool. All right. It is time to take another short break, and then I'll come back and we'll wind things down for the evening.